Right then, you're probably here to try and take apart the Bosch Tassimo Suny machine. So from memory, right, this comes out, this comes out, turn it around, take this out. This you kind of lift up and then push it down, or push it outwards, should I say, and down, sort of press it down and outwards. So yeah, now this is the clever part. There's no screws or anything anywhere, but this is how I worked out how to get into it. Is there's two tabs behind here. Basically this panel needs to slide this way, but it can't do that because there's some tabs down there. So if you get a semi-biggish screwdriver, wedge it in there like that, and then slide it back, you can slide it back and then up. So these little L-shaped tabs there come out of there. Now this one's a bit tricky as well. On the back you've got these little lugs here and here, and if you put a screwdriver inside and look in here, how am I going to show this? Hang on, this might not work very well, but if you can see inside there, there's like a little tab there, and you need to feed the screwdriver under there and basically rest it on top of the tab so that this tab is kind of over the top. See if we can do that with one hand. Start it off. So my screwdriver is there. Now, is it on top of the tab? Let me just have a look myself. I think it is, you. So now the panel should come backwards, but saying that, it can't come backwards yet because so while you've got that one wedged in there, then you need to get another screwdriver, a smaller screwdriver, in there, and lift that up so that that tab behind there is out of the way as well. And also, is there another tab down the bottom? Oh yeah. So also you got to try and wedge that open. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Just in there, you got to lift that tab over the lip to be able to pull it backwards, and also down the bottom, inside that little hole, there is two tabs that need pushing down that way. So once you do that, you can start wedging it backwards, I believe. That's sugar on the countertop. I can't really see what I'm doing here, but let me have a look. Okay. So I'm putting the screwdriver in, pushing down those tabs, and then kind of lifting it up slightly so it's over the thing, and then trying to this is very hard trying to do it for the camera. So we've got to do that one as well, haven't we? see what I'm doing. Well, let's just shove a screwdriver in there for the time being. And then I'll concentrate on this one here, which is probably not in shot. I need a torch in here really, so I can see what I'm doing. I think I've just broken the tab, to be honest. Yeah, hang on a minute. So I've got a head torch on now. So yeah, that screwdriver is forcing that bit up, so the tab's not on there. This one is resting over the top of the other tab. So this one here, which you probably can't see from there, there is a bit where you can poke it in to lift it up, and then, hang on, if you get it in the right place, you can use that tab to push it that way, and then it moves, and then you get a visible gap here, and that means you're well on your way of getting one of the covers off. Let's just wedge it a bit more from that side. Can we grab it from here? Yeah, it's going. Can we take these out? Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's one side. So the other side's exactly the same, except this side is a bit more difficult because you've got the switch there, which you can put it onto the, obviously make sure it's not plugged in, put it onto the well, I'm basically just pushing it in with my thumb and forcing it up, and then it just pops out of its place, sits in there. When you want to put it back in again, you just put one side in and then you just push it and it will just go back in, so it's easier to install than to take off. And then the other side, as we say, is the same as in the middle. You want the biggest screwdriver and you want to look inside to see where that tab is. You can look in through the top and basically rest that screwdriver on the tab, like I said. Hopefully you could see that. Then we want to lift up this one and get that screwdriver in there to hold that up, and then again on the bottom missing a screwdriver, so then we get it in here. What am I doing? Lifting it up over the thing and then scooting it backwards in whatever way we can. So I am being a bit more forceful with this than I normally would because it keeps tripping out the switch, so I've got no intention of keeping this machine once I strip parts out of it. But obviously you can be more careful than me. she's out there. This one, are we ready to pull that one out? Let's get another one in there. This is one of the rare occasions where flat blade screwdrivers are actually useful. There we go. So that's just popped back. And the main thing that's holding these things in is these keyhole tabs. And you kind of know how they work because you've got these little things which go into them and slide. So as I say, all the panels slide towards the back, towards the water tank, but the main key to get into it all is that top little square there, which I think is a very clever design because there's no screws. So hopefully that's helped some of you. Sorry it's 11 minutes long, this part, and you're going to see another part afterwards showing you what's in it. Well, about a year ago this Bosch Tassimo started leaking, so I put it away to one side because I couldn't get the panels off without breaking any tabs or whatever. So I thought I'd put it away and try it another day, and I didn't get around to it. But recently, after messing around with another coffee machine I was given, an Espresso Verso Next it's called, I decided to get this one back out again because I do prefer it. This is a much better design. It's just so simple to use, and it makes a hotter coffee. So if you're on the market for anything, don't buy Nespresso. I'll talk more about that in another video, but Bosch Tassimo is the one if you're into paying out for having pods, which I'm not really, but I did hack the cleaning disc and put a barcode on off a pod, so I was just getting hot water out of there, which I've also done on an espresso machine now, but that's for another video. But anyway, if you're curious as to what goes inside one of these, oh, this is going to be off the road now because for some reason now I tried to find out where the leak was, but now it's just started tripping the ring main on the mains trip out switch. So this is destined for pulling apart, but there's not much in them, is there really? I was always quite fast. For some reason I kind of knew there'd be these high quality pipes in it. They must be silicone because they just feel quality, and obviously they're food safe. So I'm guessing that's the pump there. These must be the heating elements. You've got a little circuit board there, your on and off switch which goes on the side, and that's about it really. And I do like this thing because when you make your cup of tea, I love that simple mechanism there, and then you just push the thing in and that's the actual button, so you just push it in and it starts its cycle. So I am impressed with Bosch engineering on that, the way that comes out. It's got a little float there and a thing on the back. This little wire goes to a reader, so the Nespresso doesn't have this thing, I don't think. So yeah, I'm very impressed with the technology, and I would rate a Bosch Tassimo over an Nespresso machine any day. But this Nespresso machine is a fancy one where you can only get the pods from them, and it's a load of shit basically. But I haven't opened that one yet, and I'm not going to until something goes wrong with it. But I got it as broken and I fixed it, so without even having to open it. That's another story, but anyway, yeah, out of the two, I'd always go for Bosch Tassimo, to be honest, even though it did develop a leak towards the end, and there is some powder residue in the bottom, which I assume is lime scale, but I don't know. I can't remember the point of this video now. Oh yeah, it was just a walk around as to what's inside one of these machines. There's not much to it really, but I'm also going to teach you how to open it, because I found out the way to open it without breaking it. So I'm probably going to put that on the start of this video, because that's what you're probably wanting to know. Right then, ladies, let's see if we can strip down this machine without causing too much damage.